SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
I don't know. I think we've had louder crowds in Kitchener. So how about you get London loud then?
Amazing.
It works.
It worked. It did work. It's amazing how persuasive you were there. Okay, so we're really excited to get going. Yell and be obnoxious and have fun. We are going to have a great time tonight, and I just want to thank you off air and off camera for being here. It's awesome that you're all here. Thank you so much.
Woo! We got a packed house too. I don't remember last show we did that was this packed.
Yeah, this
it's
is crazy.
Awesome.
This is crazy. Okay, Are we ready to get started?
Oh, we've been started.
Oh, we've been started. All
Yeah.
right. All right, let me try this one more time.
I thought this was the start of the show.
Jesse didn't say go, so I'm going to say it one more time. Alibi Roadhouse, London, Ontario! Listen, I do want you to know that it took all of 2 days to sell this out. I was told by the owner-manager, Colin, that 90% of the tickets sold after the first mention on the Steve Dangle podcast.
Wow.
So you guys are passionate. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, after the show today, we're going to watch the Leafs play the Avs, and I want to know, Leaf fans, are you guys here?
Oh, okay.
Do we have any Avs fans here? Avalanche fans?
Oh,
We do.
Boo.
That is a David Kampf jersey.
David Kampf jersey.
Let's go.
Wow. With the umlaut and everything. That's wild.
All right, who's excited to see Scott Laughton play for the Leafs? Who's excited to see Brandon Carlo play for the Leafs? What are they, Steve? Beef! Who's ready to win the division? All right, because honestly, otherwise we're in big trouble.
I thought they were booing Brandon Carlo, but they were all saying moo.
Moo. Oh.
Can I get a moo?
Moo.
Why?
Because beef!
Oh, okay.
So this is our first show in London since 2016.
Wow.
When Curtis McElhaney made his debut for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we did a show at Western University of all places. I don't expect any of you who were there. You probably hadn't even have heard of us at that point.
Yeah.
But we're so excited to be back.
Are we allowed to tell a story for the audience about how we got in trouble with the NHL for that show in London?
Oh, yeah.
Gary Bettman was not happy with us that we put on that show in London?
It wasn't Gary. It was
kind of Gary.
It was head of Sportsnet, Scott Moore, who
does he report to?
Scott Moore
on NHL things.
Well,
no one.
Gary.
It was Gary. Yeah, and at the time, the guy running Sportsnet, like the media division, was Keith Pelly, who now runs Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. And I can remember getting a phone call backstage before we went on, and it was Scott Moore, and I was like, "Oh wow, is this the promotion of my dreams?" And so.
That was the same show. That was the birth of Big Guy.
Yeah. We'll tell that story after. So I remember picking up the phone, and then I think Steve was looking at me, and then my face sort of dropped. And what we found out was we used to call these things hockey night in cinema. So we'd go to a movie theater, we watch the game, kind of like what we're doing here, and we'd do a show beforehand, or sometimes we would just go and watch the game. And apparently, hockey night is under a very strict copyright. And he said, "Do you know how many laws you've broken?"
And I'm pretty sure the answer is maybe one.
Yeah.
So
definitely one.
Definitely one. At least one law, which
At
is so
least
many
one.
laws. Way too many laws. Go ahead, Steve. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was the only one who worked there, so I was pretty sure I was getting fired. And then they didn't, and later I quit. So,
all three of us worked at Rogers.
Hey, that's...
what are you talking about? Yeah,
right.
At that time, all three of us were under Scott Moore.
Well,
what the fuck, man?
Then we all, but I was in sports.
What do you mean? Okay.
No, you would have had bosses that would have backed you up. I would have, that's my boss.
I'll tell you.
I would have got fired.
I'll tell you why we didn't get in more trouble. And it was because of Jesse and I's boss that we didn't.
Yes.
So Jesse and I did an afternoon show at a radio station in Toronto. And Steve was working at Sportsnet, and we were all in big shit. And the president of radio called Scott Moore to say, "Listen, They're like 25. What do they know about copyright law? And he came in, from what I understand, he was several shades of purple and red at that point. He is also bald. Nice man. Very nice man. So
Why do you have to mention that?
Well, it's because you gotta. You see more. You see more of the anger, though, do you not?
I think the bald guys in the room just got offended.
I don't think they should be. They're more intimidating. And all I'm saying is that it was Julie Adam that called, and she said, Scott Moore, please don't fire these dumbasses. They're dumb, and it's the only time they'll do it. And then we never came back to London. I'm sorry.
We were scared.
Yeah, but no, what's good is they took us up on our suggestion. Hey, let's do these together. Let's involve Sportsnet personalities.
We did say that.
And we did, how many shows? Oh, none.
None. Yeah, none shows.
They didn't care for that really good idea.
No. Yeah, so we were scared of London for nearly a decade.
Yeah.
But now we're back.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Now, it wouldn't be a show, and it wouldn't be a Leafs-related show, and we're going to go hyper-Leafs today, if it wasn't a little bit of drama. And there was some drama today. I listened to the CJ show on the way up. Big shout-out to CJ and Julian, who did a show this morning. CJ's going to Mexico tomorrow to get away from everything. But you might have heard, how many people know what I'm about to talk about? Yeah, some of you know.
I just hear Marner from the back of the room.
Now, I know that we are in hallowed ground here when it comes to Mitch Marner. I know we're talking about a Memorial Cup champion, right? I got the stats here. This is kind of crazy.
With what team?
I don't know. What team did he play for?
Oshawa, I think.
Yeah,
Oshawa.
Yeah.
The Pete's? Was it the Pete's?
Mitch Marner was the second player ever to win a Memorial Cup, a Stafford Smythe Memorial Trophy, CHL Player of the Year, League MVP, League Playoff MVP in the same season.
Wow.
And where did he do it, though? I don't remember.
I don't know where he did it.
All I know... Oh, wait. I think it was Kitchener. No, they don't have teams like that in Shelbyville. No, I think he did it in London. But no Schedule A bonuses.
No Schedule A bonuses, and they're still upset about it. So here's what happened. Here's what happened, guys. So the Leafs called the Carolina Hurricanes about Mikko Rantanen. Ooh, that would have been cool. And so the Hurricanes were like, cool, we'll do a 1-for-1 swap with Mitch Marner. And Brad said, well, we got to at least call him. Yeah. So apparently the Leafs called. And they said, Mitch, listen, we want to sign you. But apparently the background on the negotiation so far is there hasn't been one. What they have said is, listen, we're not that interested in talking contract at all until the season's done. That's not the Leafs. That's the Marner camp. Fair enough. It's his contractual right. It's his agent, but who pays for his agent? Right? The whole camp is together. I know it's the agent, and I know the agent.
Feels like that's come up in the past.
Yeah. Now, so Carolina asked about Marner, and they said, listen, if you want to go and you want to sign in Carolina, we'll make this move right now. If you don't, we just so you know, our first preference is to sign you. We'll try something else. So Mitch did not waive his no trade clause. And then what happened was, and I'll just get through this, and then I want to get your thoughts. Toronto told Marner Camp that they want to sign them. Carolina then asked about Matthew Nyes. They were told it was a no-go.
Good.
Yep.
Toronto then offered Easton Cowan. Wait, you're booing them trading Easton Cowan, right? You're not booing Easton Cowan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right. Just making sure. Yeah. Sorry, that's London Knight Easton Cowan.
There you go.
That's right. Fraser Minton and 2 firsts. That was going to be the full package for Mikko Rantanen. And Mikko Rantanen would have signed in Toronto. He's already said that he would have signed here. There. Carolina then took Dallas's offer because they got 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and Logan Stankoven, who looks to be a great player. Right. Now, here's the question, because immediately after the trade deadline, it was euphoria. We got the center we wanted. We got the beef defenseman we wanted.
Beef!
Right.
But then, the very next day, what are we supposed to do about it?
Carolina was right.
I like that at the back. Forget it.
Forget it.
Hey, forget it. Wait for the playoffs, bud. Like that.
Carolina was right to ask for Nyes because
Sure.
that's the appropriate deal if you're going to trade Rantanen. They're right to turn down what Toronto offered because the Dallas offer was better.
No question.
So you can't be too upset at the Carolina side of it, and you gotta applaud Brad Treliving for asking. So I think it's good.
It feels like some podcast should have talked about how Marner getting traded was dead and buried in the ground the moment that clause kicked in June of, was it 2023? July of 2023, July 1st. And it's so weird that thing that he fought for and negotiated for is something that he used. You know what I mean? Like, when this is all said and done, let's say he walks. If it's after a cup, everyone will be like, good luck out there, man. It's cool. We love you forever.
We're building your statue as we speak.
Your statue's in the mail. Yeah. But if it's after another first round exit, there's going to be a lot of anger. I can't imagine from whom. But it all, what? Did I say something funny? What? But it's all going to come back to Dubas said, you know what? Maybe I'm going to change some stuff. They fired him on the highway. And then Brad comes in. I just got here. It's the birth of I just got here. I'm going to trade Marner. I just got here. And then they didn't trade him. It clicks in, and he doesn't want to be traded. Isn't that so weird? Dude who just got married, has a kid on the way, doesn't want to get traded. Like, I know Marner's loves playing here. Not enough to negotiate mid-season, but, this is playing out exactly the way it was always going to be, the way it was always going to play out. And it's like no one reads. Like, it's...
Well, because he's getting... Again, Marner is taking a lot of heat online today for this, and I'm not totally sure why.
I think he should take heat for not negotiating.
Well, he's allowed not to.
He is. He's
right?
Totally. It's his right, but we're allowed to be upset at it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you're allowed to do what you want, and I'm allowed to react in how I want.
Right.
Like, I think if he keeps saying I want to be a Toronto Maple Leaf, then just stick around. Yeah. I think on the Leafs part too, they shouldn't want to sign him until they see how the playoffs play out. But if they do want to sign him, if there's a number that they're like, yeah, let's do it, and he doesn't want to come to the table, I think if you're a Leaf fan, you're allowed to be upset at that.
Let's do it today. Let's do it today, and then be done with it, though. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I'm looking at it. The priority for the rest of the season, they got a game to win tonight. Yep. They got a division to win. And then they got a Stanley Cup to win. Pauses for laughter. That was pretty quiet reaction.
Yeah, nobody really got on that train. Why not?
Scarred fan base.
What happened?
I understand. The time to litigate this isn't now. I was listening to CJ's show on the way here, and I may or may not have screamed through the windshield a couple times.
Yeah, because CJ said that Rantanen was able to be traded because he does not have a no-trade clause. And he says Mitch Marner has one of those. And the thing I yelled at my windshield was that he's only had that for a year and a half. They had 5 years of that contract to trade him and do the exact same thing that Carolina just did to Rantanen, but the Leafs are never brave enough to do those kinds of things.
No, in their defense, they had unprecedented success during those 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. There's the laugh. There it is. No, so like
the response to irony here is amazing.
CJ,
it's incredible.
CJ goes
incredible pickup.
CJ goes. Marner. He said these things in this order. Marner wants to be in Toronto, and I was like, oh hell yeah, let's go. Absolutely, that's the team I cheer for. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, well, the big winner of deadline day was Mitch Marner. Because there were going to be two big-name free agents. It was going to be him and Rantanen, and now Rantanen is off the table. And for him, it's an auction. And I'm like, no, you don't get both things.
Yeah.
You want to be here, the Leafs plop a number in his lap, and he either takes the number or leaves.
Or you want to go to the auction house.
You don't get both things.
Yeah.
You don't. So your leverage is your Mitch Marner, and there's no Mikko Rantanen, and there's no one else. Great. Toronto's leverage is they are in Toronto, the place where you want to be. And we're going to find out how bad he wants it. Here, I have a number suggestion. Mikko Rantanen just signed for $12 million for 8 years. That's $96 million.
Yep.
What number did Mitch Marner wear here in London?
93.
There's your number. Whatever 93 divided by 8 is.
Don't ask
so
me to do
Adam,
that on the spot.
They said there'd be no math.
Steve's rant, I think, is how a lot of Leaf fans look at the conversation right now.
Any logical human being, you want to be here or not.
So the idea that Marner's taking heat online, I think, is completely justified today.
So then the question becomes, guys, if he signs at June 20th, okay? Stanley Cup's been awarded, he signs it. Did we all not just waste a bunch of emotion and spew a bunch of BS online?
That's like saying, oh, the Leafs lost a game in October. What if they win in a round? You shouldn't get mad at the game in October. Like, that's the same mentality. And we get mad at games in October all the time.
You ever tried telling me, to calm down? How's it gone? Has it ever worked?
Like, Adam, are you not the proponent of, like, this game matters every time?
It is merely my job to ask the questions that generate the conversation.
I don't.
So I am not saying that I necessarily agree with that. But I don't also think that we need to be like, screw this guy, he only cares about money. Like that's where we're going.
I will say.
And the conversation, you lose me when you go there. Because listen,
people don't need, they were waiting for an excuse. There are some people who are waiting for an excuse.
And the glow of the Four Nations is it's like 3 weeks old. This guy played amazing at Four Nations. He played amazing. Shouldn't we be excited about the playoff run that the Leafs are about to go on? Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Champions, baby. Champions. There you go.
Shouldn't we be excited? Shouldn't we be pumped about the guy that people claim, hey, he's too much of a perimeter player, doesn't go to the net enough. We're not seeing enough chaos in front of the net from the Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs for them to get there, and he's one of the guys that's responsible for it. Totally. Should we not get more?
But if say the Leafs get pumped by Colorado tonight, are you gonna come on Monday and say, shouldn't we be excited for the playoffs? No, we're gonna be upset at the game on Saturday. Like, I feel like we're allowed to react to the news in front of us right now and be upset.
Now, what's interesting about watching hockey and paying attention to hockey as much as all of you sickos do, and I know that you do. Okay, because you're here watching a podcast on a Saturday night when you could be doing literally anything else. Woo! Crazy. And boy, do we feel lucky that we're here. By the way, I do want to do a quick shout out to the staff here at Alibi Roadhouse who absolutely rock. Please give them a big shout out. I also want to shout out Molson Canadian, who are the reasons that we also are here tonight. So we're wearing a little Molson gear. We'll be giving away Molson sweaters afterwards. They're a little bit... You know how you used to get T-shirts in beer cases? These are sweaters, so they're better.
Oh, they feel great.
There's way more fabric, okay?
And
way
McFarlane toys.
Yeah, they're actually very comfortable.
McFarlane toys.
Oh, and McFarlane toys. We got some stuff. Yeah. We got some dolls to give away.
And a tour of Adam's place.
Yeah, no. But here's what's interesting about loving the NHL as much as we do. We can do research, okay? When you're in a relationship and you feel like, I feel like this person's going to break up with me in a few months. I don't know why I get that feeling, but... I'm not getting long-term vibes. You know, when you're on the dating market, when you're in a relationship, you feel like it's ending. You can't just jump on Tinder and be like, well, I better look at my prospects, right? But in the NHL, you can. And that's what I love. And I want to tell you about...
Adam, where's this going?
I want to tell you...
Is everybody following? Yeah, we're all following.
I just want to name some names that are free agents this summer as the cap explodes.
Got it.
Okay.
Matt Duchene, who's definitely staying in Dallas.
Oh,
he is staying in
Dallas.
Got
a lot of boos for Matt Duchene.
Well, we got some Avs fans here tonight. That's why we're booing Matt Duchene. Oh. Yeah. Nikolai Ehlers, Winnipeg Jets.
He's staying. He's staying.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a Jet.
Oh, he's wearing a Jet sweater.
Yeah, Luke Shen.
Let's go.
I don't have my glasses on.
Fraud.
He was just someone yelling at me. I was like, I'm just trying to entertain.
There is some guy named Sam Bennett who's going to be available too.
Wait, we're booing Sam Bennett? Someone is going to pay him a catastrophic amount of money.
So wait, are we right swiping on future people that we match with and booing them? Is that what we're doing? Is that what's happening right now?
Isn't that kind of fun?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what the youths do.
Ryan Donato, Michael Granlund, they're both going to be available. We're booing
Ryan
Donato
now?
Why are we booing Ryan Donato?
Don't boo Ryan Donato. He has to play for the Blackhawks.
What did he even do for you or do to you? All right, here's one. Brad Marchand. Oh, we got some woos. Do we have Bruins fans here tonight? Any Bruins fans? No.
Not a single hand.
This is the first show without Bruins fans we've ever done. That's amazing. That's amazing. Woo! Shout out London. Wow. Brock Nelson, who's playing tonight.
Leafs have enough old guys.
Besser is playing tonight. We played earlier today, but yeah. Brock,
What's with Alvin being like, man, I was offered so much, or what?
wasn't
was it?
he what Pat? So
What
okay,
happened?
I want you to imagine that you're playing for the Vancouver Canucks. You've been drafted by the Canucks. You've been raised by the Canucks. You've never complained. You've only ever shown up. You've gone through serious injuries. You've come back, and all you want is an extension. And the Canucks are like, that's too many years. We're not going to do it. And then your general manager gets on the podium and he says, if you saw what I was offered for Brock Besser, you would have run me out the door.
So
As in, it was low.
Yeah, nobody wants him.
That's what he insinuated. Nobody wants him. And I think that had to hurt. No?
He shouldn't have said it.
He's a
very
blunt guy.
shouldn't have said
He's
that.
a very straightforward guy. Known as a straightforward guy. But that's hot. That's a little bit
Shouldn't
hot.
say that publicly.
Someone's got to be like, hey, this isn't Sweden anymore. Like these guys are they're very emotional in Canada.
Yeah.
Especially in Vancouver. I feel like Brock Nelson is the type of guy who's going to go out and score a hat trick because he said that.
Besser.
What did I say?
Nelson.
That's okay.
Brock Besser.
Brock Nelson's playing tonight against Toronto. Let's hope he doesn't do
Hell
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle. Boo! Sorry, I just saw him on the TV. Where is he going with that? Oh, yeah. I think Besser is going to have a big night because I think that's the kind of player he is. But there are other former and current Canucks that would just shut down having had that send-off.
One who scored last night for the first time since, I think, mid-January. That would be Mr. Pettersson.
Wow. So now he's equaled the amount of goals scored by goalies
Yeah.
in the NHL
Yep.
in 2025.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. Also a free agent this summer, John Tavares.
Okay.
Oh, we like John Tavares.
I
you
see
do a
reaction in
Can you do
live.
a temperature check on bring back Tavares? Can you do
Yeah,
one?
what do we think?
Yeah.
Are we yay?
Oh, okay.
Are we
Okay.
yay? I like Tavares. Come on.
That was lukewarm. That was not John Warm. That was
Yeah.
lukewarm.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
What's
right.
the number?
What? Yeah. What is it?
What's the number?
What's the number, Steve? And by the way, boo Steve if you think it's too high.
Yeah. 4 million. We got a 4 million over
4
here.
million. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be that.
Over 8 years.
3 times
3 years.
6.5.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh,
You're doing that? I like that.
Oh no, sorry. Everyone's gonna play for your favorite team for free. I forgot. That's how it works. Yeah.
All right. So
Adam,
let's-
what's your number for JT?
I think it's about that.
91.
I think it's Claude Giroux number. What Claude Giroux makes in Ottawa, I think John Tavares
Yeah.
should make
Isn't
here.
that
Which
what I
is
said?
6.5. Steve,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you're right. Yeah,
That's fair.
I think that's what it is. And remember, I do think that John Tavares eventually moves to the wing. Eventually, he's moving to the wing. Now, I want to talk about the rest of the East because we got a lot of Leaf fans here tonight. So I want to make sure that you guys are getting what you paid for. The Florida Panthers picked up Seth Jones and Brad Marchand. How do we feel about Florida? Ooh. All right. Brad Marchand is injured, though. That's really mean, guys. What's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you?
I can't believe how loud the Avalanche fans were.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
He almost became an Av, right?
Yeah,
so
well,
Seth Jones,
supposedly.
Brad Marchand, Florida, and also let's not forget Nico Sturm, very, very good player. Useful.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
exciting to talk about on a podcast in a live setting.
Won a cup.
Based on the reaction, everybody's like, Nico Sturm, we have to look that guy up. The other one, and Steve, I know this was a heartbreaker for you, the sleeper, but the team that barely loses anymore. Oliver Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gord going to Tampa.
They got their asses kicked today, though. And I
Yeah.
think that's pretty neat.
By the
you go.
Bruins, right?
Yeah.
By the Bruins.
By the Bruins. So, listen, we live in strange times. We're cheering for them today. Today. That's it.
I'm cheering for the Bruins the rest of the season because if they're not trying to make the playoffs, go beat everybody, please.
Yeah, until the Leafs win the division and they're the top wild card.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah.
Steve, who would you rather face in the first round? Leafs fall to the second place in Atlantic. Do you want Tampa to win the division and you face Florida, or Florida to win, you face Tampa? Oh, everybody's saying Tampa.
I mean, the real winner of that series is my therapist. You can get that boat now. I would rather play Tampa just because the Leafs have played them way better.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we
All right. Hey, okay. So do we want to play Tampa again? Yeah! Do we want to revenge against the Panthers? No. Oh, wow. Hey.
Wow.
You know Kachuk's injured, right?
He'll be back game 1.
I'm just saying.
Game 1, he's coming back.
I know, but what Kachuk are we getting if he's that injured? Because it's a pretty serious injury.
Kachuk in the playoffs is what you're getting, which is just free reign for anarchy.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he can't play hockey, he's simply going to beat the shit out of people. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So here's what we're suspiciously close
Family
to.
show, Steve.
I hope you guys are ready.
Sorry.
We are very, very, very close to a Tampa versus Florida first round. Leafs have to do their job, win the division. And it could happen. Toronto versus Ottawa first round.
Oh.
It can very much happen. And it's looking like Ottawa's going to be on a tear here.
They had a really good day yesterday, too.
They did. Yeah. So, now we got people talking. Now people are talking. Is there anybody here who claims to be an Ottawa Senators fan? No Sens fans. Is there one? Was there one? I didn't see one. No. Okay, we're good. So let me ask you this: are you yay or nay on Toronto's chances against Ottawa? Oh, you don't like it? Wait, you're saying no? You don't want to play Ottawa?
No.
Okay, tell me why. Yell out. Look at our
track record. He says
that goes back like 25 years.
Yeah.
Like that, we're talking early 2000s track record.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, we've never lost to Ottawa in a playoff round.
You know what?
Might be a great time to start.
Ottawa owned the Leafs in the regular season.
Yes, they did.
Back then. Mm-hmm. There was one year they played the Leafs 8 times. They either won all 8 or they won like 7 of them or something stupid. And we're like, what? This series is a waste of time. The Leafs, I think, were the 7th seed, and they won.
They won.
Which one? All of them. It was great.
So, so here's the question is, do these Leafs, who are a lot different than those Leafs, very different makeup, very different. I mean, they're starting to get back to that grinding, mean, punch you in the face style that we grew up loving in Toronto.
This team has one of their kids.
Which kid?
Domi.
Oh, Domi's. Oh, yeah, that's right. So what do you think the chances are Toronto goes into that series and actually is able to play Ottawa the way that we think that they should, even though they never do? As in, Ottawa kind of owns the Leafs in the regular season, even now.
Here's part of the reason why I like the Leafs getting new guys. It's always fun. Like, I don't know, trades are just fun. But also, the Leafs very obviously carry trauma with them. And I just love the idea of Scott Lawton and Brandon Carlo walking into the room and going, what's wrong with you guys? Especially Carlo, who I think is going to walk in day 1 of the playoffs and go, okay.
I liked what you said in the video yesterday. It's like, okay, guys, I'm going to sit you down. Here's why you kept losing to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love that. And they would all go, no, I understand. It's because you're a Yeti. I get it.
So yeah, we could get Tampa, Florida. We could get Toronto, Ottawa. We could get Dallas, Colorado in the first round. That means not just Mikko Rantanen's revenge, but Matt Duchene's revenge too, which nobody's talked about. I know I know. So for Avs fans, they got to be sweating this one a little bit, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
No, not sweating at all.
Drew is the emperor of Avs fans. We all know this. What he says is what they believe.
Yes.
And he wants full-blown anarchy. Whatever situation generates the most hatred is what he is cheering for. In that series, I'm cheering for the team that is losing that series so that we get game 7. That's all I care about.
Okay,
That's all I care about is I need it to go 7.
Jesse?
It makes me feel better about my pick of the Vegas Golden Knights going to the Stanley Cup final because that Dallas-Colorado series is going to leave one team just decimated for the second round, and then the other team's going to be really sad because they bought a whole bunch all year long, and then they're going to be going home in the first round.
That's true.
And that other team is just going to be beat up, and I think there's a path here. If Edmonton was better right now they could have a clear path to the Stanley Cup final, but it's looking good for Vegas.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, by the way, so it's like somebody over there put a futures bet on Vegas at the beginning of the season. To
We
win
got a
the Cup.
Vegas jersey and
Oh,
everything.
it's an actual
Yeah.
jersey. Oh, I thought it was just somebody that dropped. No. Are we booing the Vegas guy?
Yeah, no.
Is it Reeves? It's Ryan Reeves.
Oh, it's Reeves. Oh, that's great. I like
Ryan
that.
Reeves Vegas. Because
That's
like
what-
this is the time you start thinking about the playoffs and your bracket and everything. So I'm trying to get in the mentality of who's going to make a deep run and who's going to match up and all that. And it's looking good for them.
How do you feel about the Oilers, guys? I mean, they got Trent Frederick, who's injured but will come back. Then you got Jake Wallman, who's been spectacular in San Jose, and they need him in Edmonton. There was a claim today out of Edmonton that they were in on Mikko Rantanen. Not totally sure from what we have heard that's believable,
So
to be honest.
I saw someone say, "Oh, that's just their front office trying to make themselves look good," and I'm like, "Didn't work, did it?"
No.
Hey! You all think we didn't try to do anything when, in fact, we did try and we simply failed.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I hate quotes like that out of front offices. Those quotes, they always make my eyes roll because you can say you're in on anything. The thing we always go back to is, Adam, you always say, I'm in on a McLaren.
I am.
You know, you're in on buying one. It's
Whenever someone wants to give me a McLaren, I'm down.
so you could make up a quote about we're in on whatever. It doesn't mean you were close. Doesn't mean you were realistic about it. So it means nothing that they said they were in on Rantanen. And that's the Edmonton front office for a while now.
Yeah, well, it's not great. Okay,
Not
all
great.
It
right.
might be the first team to ever win the cup with just 6 attackers on the ice at all times.
Now, there's been a lot of hatred by Canes fans, self-loathing, for what their front office did. Because remember, they gave up Jack Drury, Marty Nietzsche, bringing Mikko Rantanen. And unfortunately, and this is pointed out, I think it was either CJ or 32 Thoughts, that they played like
Probably R1.
2 home games, I think they played in the time that they had Mikko Rantanen, because they were on a road trip, then it was 4 nations, and then they were back on a road trip. So he barely even got to see the city or the facilities.
So that means he only played 1 game at home in a Hurricanes jersey because one of the 2 games was of Whalers.
Oh, right. That's a good point.
That's actually crazy.
So then they go and they trade and they get Logan Stankoven and some picks back, and the picks are valuable picks.
Yep.
But you're trying to win the cup like right now.
That's the problem I have.
So is that is it a problem, or is it, hey, you know what, we took a swing and sometimes it doesn't work out?
CJ was sort of being like, listen, they got good value. I don't think that's what people are arguing about. They got 2 firsts, 2 thirds, Stankoven. That's crazy. That's really good. Most days, you're happy to get all of that. And I just don't think Hurricanes fans are going to be talked into that. They want to win the cup. Like, for the same way that Leaf fans are frustrated because we never get out of the first round, or sometimes we do and we win 1 game.
One game! Let's go!
It's a frustrating existence. Hurricanes fans, they're like the modern San Jose Sharks. Were the Sharks in the 2000s ever bad?
No, they were always good.
No, and they won a wild amount of playoff series. I don't know what their record is. They might have won more playoff series than they lost. They got to the cup final once, and they didn't win it, did they? So if you're the Hurricanes, I wonder how many fans are like, you know what, screw it. Keep Rantanen for the run.
Yeah.
Keep Rantanen so that we can try to win this thing, because it just depends on if you want it now or later. Those first-round picks, unless you flip them, are not going to help you win this year, and then they didn't flip them.
Yeah, the Hurricanes are a net negative in terms of their roster by the end of all the deals because they sent out Jury and Nietzsche, and they got back Stankoven in terms of their roster, and Taylor Hall. So you had Stankoven and Taylor Hall, but then you lost 2 really good players. So this season, they're a net negative, but like 3-4 years from now when a first-round pick might materialize, they're good. Like that doesn't help me if I'm a Hurricanes
They're going to
fan.
trade them, right?
They didn't trade them yesterday. And that's for this season, they're not good.
So here's the reason why. Apparently, the Dallas negotiations with Mikko Rantanen took so long that the Hurricanes front office couldn't make a trade with those picks in time.
Yeah, so you're bad at your job is what you admitted? Like Eric Telsky just admitted I'm bad at time management? Like that's awful.
Couldn't or didn't?
I mean, didn't, I think.
There you go.
So what you do then, I think the next time is you go, here's the 1:00 Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, we're going to keep you. or you better get it sorted out, or I mean, I don't know.
Or you're in this situation.
Or we're taking the next best offer.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, I like Tulsky. I think he got good value here, but any other GM who doesn't have Tom Dundon as their owner, I think would be in hot water. Because I think this involves two of his favorite things, him not having to pay anybody and just someone going, Tom, what do you want done? And he just answers, I'm nuts, and hangs up the phone. Like, how do you be the GM of that team? It's got to be difficult.
He's very involved. He's very, very involved. Okay.
There's Tom, and he's just naked, covered in peanut butter, walking through the concourse. Like
That's a visual.
This is my building.
Every story you hear about that is...
to be fair to Tom Dundon, I've never heard about him naked, covered in peanut butter, but there's always... Listen,
I've heard things.
Yeah. So here's how the rest of the night's going to go, guys, since we're going to be hanging out here for a while. A lot of you were kind enough to come up and say, hey, we want some pictures and some autographs and all that stuff. We will totally do all that over the course of the night. Steve is going to be live on the SDPN YouTube channel. Woo! So make sure when the Leafs score, and they're going to score so many goals.
So many goals. I just got a jump scare. That's Scott Lawton in the Leafs hoodie.
That is Scott Lawton. There he is right there on the TV. We are going to we're going to have Steve doing those streams, and then in the intermissions and stuff, if we haven't gotten to you yet, we'll do pictures and all that sort of thing. The other thing is we've got trivia going on throughout the night, so we're going to be doing giveaways. I've heard that this is the place where you get London's best wings, so you might want to get that. And we have some time right now for some questions because the puck drops always way after 7 o'clock. Oh, it's 7:06. We still got some time.
Yeah, well, we
got time.
We can bleed into it. That's okay.
We're going to just stress the hell out of Robert here and go.
Shout out Robert.
Yeah, shout out Robert Malloy, everybody. So
is Justin Fisher hanging around?
Where is
anywhere?
Justin? Where is he?
Where is he?
Do your job.
Where is Justin?
Could you
there he
come
is.
up here and take the mic?
Yeah, Justin, we need you. Justin is our head of social media. So if you've ever interacted with us on social media, that's who you're talking to. All right. Okay, Justin. Okay, now, Justin, I think you got to turn that mic on.
Yeah, when you get away from the speakers.
Yeah, it will feedback. Okay, hands up if you would like to ask a question. Okay. Maybe go further back. There we go.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
All right, hands up. Not like you're under arrest.
Well,
but
right
hands
there,
up.
right there. First off, give us your name.
Mike.
Hi, Mike. Everybody say hi, Mike. Hi. All right, Mike, go ahead.
The salary that Rantanen got, does that help or hurt Marner?
According to CJ,
I don't think Mikko's sharing it. So
yeah, no, I think we can look at that and go,
Thanks,
that's
Dad.
a fair comparable. And Marner's camp's going to go, that's great. That contract's already signed. That's not us, and we're going to the open market. So I don't think it helps at all.
No, remember like 6 years ago when Marner signed his deal and we're like, oh, but wait till you see Rantanen's, and then it was way less. I don't think it matters.
Nah, it's not going to matter on this one. No. Next question.
Next question.
What's your name?
Trenton.
Hi, Trenton. Everybody say hi, Trenton.
Hi, Trenton.
He's named after an Ontario town. How patriotic.
Yeah.
Are you from Trenton?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Go
Boo,
Knights.
Trenton.
Did you ever consider moving there? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Trenton.
No, I love the Knights. Would you guys have rather had Rantanen with an extension or the package of Carlo and Lawton and kept Cowan that they ended up getting?
That's a really good question.
What
I
goes
think,
out for Rantanen?
well, it would have had to have been.
Can I do the prospects
Would have had to have
one?
been Nyes, right?
Wait.
Can I do the one without Nyes?
So would we rather have Rantanen and the prospects and picks are gone, like the Cowan? The Cowan
Prospects and picks the Leafs lost or the Stars lost?
It'd have to be Nyes because we know they offered and they didn't accept.
Yeah, but they said no to that. But
They said no.
But if they had said yes.
Oh my, then yes.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, would you
That's
accept
silly.
that trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what? At the end of the day, the Leafs were looking for, with Mikko Rantanen, bringing him in and signing him, they were looking for a definitive answer. We're going into this summer. We're paying somebody $12 million. Who's it going to be? Yeah. And the reality was that Carolina just wouldn't budge on that deal, so we didn't find out. So it might still be Marner. Might still be. Probably
Yeah.
will be, actually.
Marner said you're paying someone $13 million. How are you going to pay someone $14 million?
All right, next question.
I'm Mario. Hello.
Hi, Mario. Everybody say hi, Mario.
Hi, Mario.
If Marner doesn't re-sign with the Leafs, who would we want to replace him?
Well, okay, so this is why I bring up the Tinder,
hard.
the Tinder thing I brought up earlier. You got to replace him in the aggregate, and you better prepare for summer 2026 and cross your fingers that Connor McDavid is a free agent.
Jeez.
Because if you
It's the best player in the game.
If you're Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment and you're not looking at that right now, you should be fired.
And he takes
You
a
must.
discount so that you can also sign Yanni Gord.
He's from Newmarket. We don't know how it's going to go in Edmonton over the next year and a half. But just like the Raptors sort of pursuing Giannis Antetokounmpo, you kind of have to try, right? And I don't think you replace him right away, but maybe you go and you sign a Sam Bennett, or you go try to find winger depth if you're keeping Lawton and Tavares, and you go get Besser or something like that.
You can always start to operate like a normal NHL team and just have your stars that you already have, and then just get some good players. Your D-core's locked up. Your goalies are locked up.
Yep.
Just go have a competent bottom six.
Yeah.
Like, sort of.
Can you find 3 or 4 guys that can score 25 goals? Right? That's what you need.
The Leafs traded Dewar and Timmins yesterday, and everyone went, okay. Like,
one last question. Do we have time?
Yeah, Justin, can we get is the Coyotes fan down here?
Yeah.
You've had your hand up for like an hour.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
On my way.
We started the show and he raised
He
his hand.
just had his hand up, and I was
crazy.
like, "You're gonna be holding your hand for a long time."
He's like, I'm really strong.
So of Matthews, Marner, and Nylander, what would you consider them for Pokemon?
Like, are they the starting 3?
As the starters.
that's good.
You take this one.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay.
This is good.
Okay.
Don't take too long because you got to stream.
Matthews is Charizard.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Why are we booing?
What?
Why are we booing
Why is that getting boos?
Because I see him as the best one. So Charizard you're supposed to pick Charizard if you want to play Pokemon on hard, is how it was explained to me. I think that's dumb. I like Blastoise. Nylander is Blastoise. Just pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew. And he's really cool.
He's more Squirtle in the sunglasses than Blastoise.
Squirtle Squad. He is Squirtle Squad.
That's
yeah.
Willie.
Good point, Jesse. Good pull.
Very good.
Very good pull, Jess.
Which leaves Marner for Venusaur because he is best at defense.
He also's got those vines and he can pass things off,
Yeah.
That's
better.
See? All
That's
right.
better.
Do we...
One more?
701. Can
more?
we do
7
Oh,
Do you have
One more.
One
Quick,
more.
one more.
One more. There
What's
you
your name?
Hi, James.
Everybody say hi, James.
Hi, James.
Hi, James.
So if we lose in the first round,
Oh.
yeah, I know.
all right, James, take care.
Supremely
I love this
unpopular.
crowd. Sorry, James.
But,
Go ahead.
Yeah, if we manage to lose again in the first round, and we don't sign Marner, who gets fired?
Oh, well...
You don't need to fire a guy who doesn't have a contract.
Me, once Adam and Jesse hear what I have to say.
Brendan Shanahan doesn't have a contract
Yeah,
for next year.
Shanahan's out of a contract. He's gone. Tree Living probably moves up to president, I think, at that point. I think he's done a very good job.
Promotion, that's good.
I think, hey, Tree's done a good job, man.
No,
Come
that'll-
on.
That'll fix it. No, that'll fix it.
And then you make Pridham GM. Yeah. Keep the team together. It's going well.
You are
Let's
making
go.
Steve so upset.
That's what you do.
I'm gonna go full uncle if they lose in the first round again. Oh, that'll fix it. I'm turning into my Uncle Lenny. Like, just typical Leafs. I hate watching games with him. I love him. Hate watching games with him. I don't think I've ever seen them win.
Okay. All right. But let's not think about that. Let's think about the Stanley Cup, and it starts tonight. And that's because the Leafs went out and they got some what?
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.